So today we are starting a new chapter. Already we have covered capital budgeting and the detailed discussion of that particular chapter has already been done. So today our next topic, which is also a very crucial one, is on working capital management. So let us first try to develop an idea, basic idea on what is actually working capital. What do we mean by working capital management? And thereafter, we will gradually move to the concept like working capital cycle, forecasting of working capital, and finally, we will learn the different techniques of controlling working capital cost for different areas like debtors, stock, cash, etc. So, let us start with our basic discussion on the concept of working capital. This portion we are discussing from the notes because these notes has been already uploaded and so whatever we will discuss that will make the any ambiguity or doubt that you will face while going through these particular notes. Subsequently, as and when required, we will move to PowerPoint presentations and Excel workings as and when required. So let us start with a basic discussion on the concept of working capital management. Actually, we know whenever we go into the business, we require some funds. These funds are collectively known as capital. But remember, capital in accountancy is known is used for indicating the amount contributed by the proprietor or owner of the company. It may be single proprietors, partners, or like company, there can be proprietor consisting of or shareholders. So whatever the proprietor is contributing to the total fund requirement is called the capital, but that fund is not sufficient for running a business successfully. So most of the businessman has to borrow some money. It may be either from commercial bank or from some other financial institutes. So basically two types of funds we are using. One is proprietor's fund or owner's fund and second one is borrowed fund. So this is the sources from which we are collecting the fund. Now the question is how this fund is utilized. These funds are required for satisfying two basic purposes. First one is you have to buy some long-term assets like machinery, furniture, vehicles, computers. These are the assets which you can buy by paying a lump sum money at a time. But once the item has been purchased, you can use it repeatedly for your operating activities. And remember, all these long-term assets, life is more than a year. So this type of amount, this type of assets that we are buying for our operation is known as fixed asset and the amount spent there out of the total fund generated is known as capital expenditure, in short capex. Now, which machine you will buy, when to buy, how to buy, all these questions are answered if we go through the techniques of capital budgeting. Capital budgeting has given us the idea of how to decide which particular long-term assets we will buy and utilize in our operating activities. So already we have covered the decision making of the capital expenditure in detail in our capital budgeting chapter, which has just been completed before this working capital management. So the remaining fund after capex is the fund required for day-to-day operation of the company. Day-to-day operation means day-to-day operating activity. This operating activity includes production. And you know, for producing the goods on continuous basis, you have to keep some raw materials, components, stores and spares, etc. in your hand. It may be for 15 days requirement, you may have to store 1 month requirement or something like that as per your company's norm. But keeping of these items in your hand ready is a must, because if it is not there any time when the company's production is going on, there may be crisis of materials in the company's godown, and automatically due to the paucity of the raw material, production may be stopped, productivity will decrease, costs will go up, and ultimately affect the profit. So you have to remember that you cannot risk the company by operating with the minimum stores items. You have to keep sufficient stores item in your hand. But at the same time, you have to remember that you must not maintain more than your requirements in the stores, because in that case most of the some of the items will remain unutilized, although your valuable fund is blocked there. So automatically in that case also your costs will go up and company profitability will come down. So stock item will be neither too large, neither too small to hamper the production. Like stock, you have to maintain some amount as debtors, because you cannot sell your commodity entirely in cash. Credit sale is a very common feature in modern business activities. And if you want to make the credit sale, then 1 or 2 months sell money will always remain blocked. So you have to arrange for the funds to cover up this money for the blockage period, which is called debtors. So this is also a part of the working capital requirement. Further, company may have to keep some liquid cash in his hand always, so that there is no liquidity problem like that. So these are the requirements which the company has to fund for smoothly operating day-to-day activities on regular basis. And this fund requirement is called working capital. The main feature of the working capital is that whatever money you are investing here, that money will remain invested for a period which is less than a year, and within a year, the composition of these items will change very fast. So, debtors 1 month earlier and debtors 1 month after will definitely change. Some debtors will pay the money and some letters will be added due to new condition. Similarly, stock composition will change, cash in hands will change like that. So, working capital compositions will change very frequently within a period of time, and this is required for day-to-day operation of the business. So that is the basic concept of the working capital. If the working capital is low, company's production will be hampered. If the working capital is high, then cost will go up. So, company has to manage the working capital judiciously and effectively. For that, two activities are important. First, company has to forecast the working capital requirement at the beginning of the year with utmost accuracy. And second point is company has to see what are the component of the working capital and how those components can be kept under control so that working capital requirement is minimized. Minimization of working capital requirement will automatically reduce the fund requirement, so our interest burden or cost of capital burden will come down. Automatically cost will be low, our profit will be high. So proper management of the working capital is the modern needs of the industry. With this basic concept, we are closing this particular lecture. In the next lecture, we will move to the definition of working capital and other areas. Thank you.